now I'm going to attack. I've got 5 Scorchers in a platoon. I've got 2 Tortoise in me base, and I'm going to see what happens between these 2 against 5 Scorchers. See what the difference is. They obviously get a buff, a boost, whatever you want to call it. Just going to get rid of that for now. So I'm going to spread them. I'm going to spread the Scorchers a little bit. I'm not going to go too mad. And then go 5v5. I'll put the Tortoise on fist and see what happens. So let me just make sure Ruby's off this end. It is. Right. So as you can see, I'm bringing in all 5. I'm just going to spread them slightly. I think I've got enough removed out of my base where nothing's going to come out. And that should do. Oh, sorry, there's 6 Scorchers there. My bad. Well, I'm going to put the Tortoise on fist. 2 of these Tortoise on fist against the 5 Scorchers. I think they're going to take a long time to kill, but yeah, I don't quite understand what Kixeye is trying to get at with this. I really don't. I don't get it. Why make them an attacking unit as well? They've got no real attacking strength. They haven't got no real DPS. In fact, I think the level 20 Tortoise have got a decent DPS, but level 10 sure ain't. I think it's 1,300 and something. And there's things that he could have done that would have changed the dynamics of this unit for sure. And basically, I'm guessing they want us to have these out on the edge of our base. I'll get into that in a minute. Like, not on the edge, but on the edge of the sort of building area. This is another problem. These showing up as dead, the mines. So they've killed 2, 3. But my problem is I'm going to ignore these Tortoises. I'm going to ignore them with the Scorchers. If I'm attacking, I'm going to attack buildings around them. That's the big problem. I'm not necessarily going to go for the kill with them to these, because you know you're not doing much damage to them, so you might as well just go for the buildings around them. You get 95, 99%, 100%, whatever it is. But yeah, so we killed 4 of the 6. I don't know if we're going to get the last 2. I didn't think this would run this quick, to be fair. When I started it, I thought the Tortoises were going to actually nail these units. Obviously, Kixeye trying to balance the game at this point, but I don't think putting this unit into the game is the balance that the players have asked for. I think it's something they've devised in their head that kind of counters what we're using. But yeah, so we got 4 or 5 dead of the 6. And it looks like it's probably going to kill that last one as well. So it's 2 versus 6 isn't bad. But like I said, just ignoring them, I'm not going to let that go. I'm going to end the attack now. Just ignoring the Tortoises and just going for the buildings is what you're after. Let me just send that squad home. So here lies my problem. Everything about these Tortoises are defenses, a defensive buff. What I mean by that is in the tech. I can find them. So both of these are defensive. One's a 50% damage taken from enemies further than 600 range, and one's closer. The 50% damage taken from enemies closer than 600 range. Minus 50%, sorry. So they're both defensive. And it's the same here. 25%, minus 25% damage taken from the sustain, and minus 25% damage taken from area. And then you move into the last one. An additional 100 flat damage reduction, or you get a cap damage at 5% of maximum health. Now, I have picked all 6 of these tech. I don't know if I've got it right or wrong. Excuse me. Oh, excuse me. I'm still testing. I'm still playing about with these. I don't think any of the techs make major difference to the actual unit. But yeah, I've got the soft plating area damage taken. If you're doing the bases with these, you probably want that. But what I'm trying to get at here is what they could have done is split these techs. So one was defensive, a defensive stat. So it give you what it says there. And then one of them could have been an attacking stat, an attacking buff. And the same all the way through. So one's a defensive tech, the other one's an attacking tech, and the same in the third one, and so on and so forth. But they didn't. They really haven't thought this unit out. And if I get the, bear with me, if I get the patch notes up, it's just not. What they've tried to do is they've tried to nullify the Scorchers. Obviously, people have cried about the Scorchers, but they've sort of skipped out on actually giving us a unit in itself. This should have been the same as the Sea Rams, a defensive only unit. We shouldn't have been out. The only time you can use it to attack, I guess, is in the sector breach itself. But they didn't, and there's a reason why they didn't. It's because they wanted to sell us 24 of these. Realistically, if you look at these, let me go back here. Sorry, guys. Right, the size of these are too big. They're 340 per unit. Realistically, how many are we going to put of these in our base? Like I said, two is what I can fit right now, and that I've took out a lot of stuff that I wanted in there. The two of these I've put in, and I've probably sacrificed a couple of these, two of them, to get these two in, and these are much more powerful than killing the Wassets, the Scorchers. The Pulim and the Mars unit are much more sufficient in killing the Scorchers. I keep forgetting what they are. Sorry, guys, I'm still sick as a parrot. So yeah, do I really want to sacrifice two of these? And the only reason I'm saying yes is probably because I want to put these, the Tortoise, like probably there and there, to defend things in my base with their aura, which they only show the aura when you're using them in attack. So the aura's 300, I believe. So I'm protecting my power plants and things like that. The buildings that I need protecting, go bar. I haven't got a lot in my base at the minute because I'm not doing PvP, but that's where I'd want them. But I'd also want them to come out and start attacking the Scorchers. Well, say start attacking the Scorchers, sort of trying to drag the attention off my base with the Scorchers with them. It makes no sense. It's a really poor thought out unit, and I'm guessing Kixeye sat there and they was shaking each other's hands and rubbing each other's dicks, going, yeah, this is what they need. This is what they've been asking for. It's not. It's absolutely fucking not. So anyway, let's have a look through here. So description: while defending a base, a Tortoise provides protection from fire projectiles to nearby allies and buildings, and slow and deadly units win the race. Not really. Not really do they win the race. They're not deadly. That we've just proven. Unless they vastly improve at level 20, which they do. So, I won't read through all this bullshit. It only targets Grand, so they're not... What they're trying to defend against is the Unis. And what could kill the Unis really quick? A decent infantry unit that we can put in our bunker. If that's what Kixeye is looking to do, then that's what Kixeye would have done. Instead of giving this is just a scam unit, in my opinion. Right, max DPS is 3,600. This isn't correct. This is in fact incorrect. The information they've got here, DPS at level 1, I think it's incorrect. Let me just double check. So mine are level 10. DPS is 1,365. So even the stats are wrong in what they've said. This is fucking a clown show we're up against. And you know, this is a unit that I guarantee Kixeye are going to force us to use in a sector breach somewhere down the road. Maybe not the next one, but probably the one after that, where we've got to sit there waiting for 10 minutes for them to kill a fucking building. So the DPS already is a lie on the patch notes. because it says level 1 is 2,600. I actually think that's bigger than what the Scorchers are. Max level Scorchers are 2,000 DPS. So they've scammed us. They've skimmed the unit. They've decided, no, we're not going to give them that much of a powerful unit. That is, I am looking at the right thing, ain't I? Tortoise, yeah? Yeah. What a fucking punch and wank. Can be placed in defensive platoons. Immunity to fire and corrosion status. While defending a base 100 flat damage reduction. That you can double that if you use the tech, I'm guessing. Plus 150 range. That gives them 750 range total. With a 600 range on it. I think that is correct on the unit. While attacking a base, 1.5 times movement speed. So they should make them 1 point. I think they're 1 point. This is very confusing. 1.5. That makes them 3? No, 1.5 times. So 1 time, 1.5 times. See, again, all this is put in here to confuse you. That, is it 1.5 more or 1.5 times? Which that's how I'm reading it. 1.5 times would make it 3, and then 0.5 times more. 0.5 times would probably be 325. They're definitely not moving that fast in the base. Level 10. When defending the base, 250 range aura applied to itself. Minus 50% reduction from... Hang on a minute. It's immune to fire. So why is it getting a minus 50% reduction from fire damage? This makes no sense, guys. They're fucking completely screwed the pooch with this. Tortoise field against units minus 5% damage reduction. Level 20 is max range plus 100. So that makes it an 800 and... That damage run... It makes it an 850 range unit. 6 plus 250 is 850. Only when defending, I think. Oh, no, is that when attacking? No, it gives it another 100 range. So this one's while defending. So when attacking, it's only got 650. Or 700, sorry. And while defending, it's got 850. But the damage on it's shit. I don't get it, guys. I don't get what they're trying to do. They've lied about the stats for a start. It definitely hasn't got... I think even the health's off. 211. Yes, no, the health's right. And these should definitely be like 100 space. At most, while defending. Maybe not while attacking, but while defending, they should be only 100 space. This 340, we're having to take out powerful units to put in weak units because they defend against, or they save buildings and units that are got within the 250 range of them. I really ain't got an answer for you guys there. Defending the base, 250 range aura applied to itself, which the aura only actually shows when you're attacking. So you can't gauge the aura when you're putting them in your base to defend it, like to protect buildings or units that are near to them. You can't gauge it because there's no aura. You only see the aura I show you. There was no aura when I was getting attacked. And when I select them, there's no aura. Let me just put a tune together. We'll see if I've got a tune together. The only way to see an aura, it doesn't matter what base I hit. I'm only getting in there to show the aura. The only time you see the aura is there. So that's your aura, but it's showing in the wrong place. That aura should be only effective in the base. And it looks like it's only working while attacking. So how does that make sense? And just watch this piece of shit. And it's supposed to be 1.5 times faster than what it normally is. That to me looks like 1.5 speed. So that isn't working. The DPS on it, they lied about the DPS. Look at this. This is ridiculous in my opinion. It isn't what, I don't think this is what anyone asked for. I really don't. when we said we need something to counter the Scorchers, I can't remember anyone complaining about the Scorcher spam to date. Maybe they have on War Commander Discord, but I've seen more people complain about the Unis and the script that's being used with the Unis. So I think the priority of Kixeye trying to remove the Scorchers this early on until their life cycle is kind of counterproductive. They did the same with the Humvees, if you remember. But the one unit that everyone wants to counter for is the unit that the people are using the script on. They're probably using the script on the Unis as well, the Scorchers as well, sorry. But the Unis are the big problem within the game right now because the way they can spread them and the way they can target individual buildings with each individual Unis with the click, if I can say it properly, with the click of one button, where they pick out all your power plants or all your well, it ain't just all your power plants. They pick off your power plants, they pick off your towers, anything that's really important. I think this is the base problem with PvP right now. It isn't the Scorchers. It's the Unis are being able to manipulate, be manipulated. I can't fucking get my words out. And thus, the base is rendered useless by the time they bring the Scorchers in, because the Unis have picked off everything else within our base. I don't think the Scorchers were a problem. I don't know where this has come from Kixeye. I'll tell you what the problem is with the game right now, and that's the scripting that Kixeye promised that they was going to fix. Hang on, guys. They said they was going to fix it, and they haven't fixed it, and now they're trying to prioritise other things that isn't necessarily the base problem. To bring this unit out, why the hell I got 24 of these units, I don't fucking know. I really don't know why I picked up 24 of them. At most, with the DPS that they've got right now, at most, I probably want 4 at total. And that's probably all I would ever put in my base. Probably even not even 4, probably closer to 2. Because of their pure size while putting them into our base. Now, if they made them a smaller size, I could fit more of them into my base, giving me an extra layer of protection in my base. Thus, countering the slightly countering the Scorchers. Why we've got only 2 of them in our base right now, it isn't countering nothing. Sorry to say that, but that's what it is. Anyway, I'm going to leave it there, guys. I don't get it. I don't understand it. The workshop tech, there is no God workshop tech for them. You pick the best workshop tech to what you're going up against. And let it go from there. Anyway, take care all. Bye-bye.